video. Today's not going to be a traditional Monday video where usually there's like a thing that we're doing, or it's a vlog, or it's a P.O. box, or it's kind of nothing in between it all at the same time. You know, it's just going to be a mishmash, probably me just standing here talking. And this is why. Basically, I was away this weekend in Wisconsin. You guys would know that because of the cookie thing. Let me back it up. I went to my college town this past weekend, okay? And in order to do that, I left on Thursday and got back Sunday, which is yesterday. In order to do that, I had to work my butt off and edit like 4 videos for YouTube and Patreon ahead of time. Get them filmed and whatever, edited ahead of time. So I was like doing that the weekend before, and I'm not saying my job is hard at all. I'm just saying like to get ahead at my own job, I have to film all the content, then edit all the content, then like get it ready to go, and then I can, you know, get offline for 4 days and go hang out. But I did all that, and then I did not think of the consequences of my own actions that I would take, and I didn't realize, well, I did. I knew when I came home on Sunday that I was going to be hungover. I knew it. I knew it. I would be partying hard. I wouldn't be getting a lot of sleep. Not making the smartest choices. And I knew that yesterday was going to be right. I came home, drove home in the morning, and then just vegged out the rest of the day. Couldn't do it. Didn't even take my suitcase out of my car. Didn't even take the suitcase out of my car. Lazy! The smartest thing you can do after you go on a trip is immediately unpack. Immediately start the load of laundry, throw everything together, get it going! You know, not this whole like hullabaloo, I'll get to tomorrow. You know, I'm a very big like vacation. You need to plan a day of your vacation as like the get my life in order day. You come home, I gotta look at emails, I gotta call that person, I gotta text them, I gotta send pictures. All of that takes. Why isn't this moving? Oh, because there's a pile of 1,000 t-shirts right here. Oh my, okay. Oh, and a sweatshirt. Okay. I guess let me fold these and then put these back. Yeah, so I didn't get a video. The normal editing I would do for a Monday video takes 6 hours, and I did not have, why is the focus down here? I didn't have 6 hours of mental focus to edit that. So I thought I would just film something today and kind of fill you guys in on what I was doing and videos you have to look forward to. So I kind of filmed during the weekend / filmed a video while I was there. I filmed 2 videos while I was there. Okay, there we go. I was working while I was there, I just wasn't editing. But yeah, so I don't like to make my videos where it's like, you have to watch this video to get this video. I try not to do that. But this video really is for the Goobers. This is one of those rare videos. That's what I should have said at the beginning. This video is for the Goobers. The people of the channel that watch somewhat regularly, you know? And then they're like, I think there'll be a video on Mondays. It's usually posted on Mondays. But like if you're new to the channel and this is like the second video you've seen of mine, you're like, okay, then who's this? Who's this? What are we doing? We're just talking? Yeah, we're just talking. Is that fine with you? This is a Goober Squad meetup right here. And if you like this video, this is what we do on the Patreon every Wednesday. We sit down, it's called Sips and Spills. It's very fun. I find it very relaxing to like fill you guys in on stuff. Oh, okay, but on the video that I did where I made cookies from your guys' comments, the commenter cookies, as we called it. In that video, we had to call someone random, and I had to call my university police, UWO, it's where I went to college. It's not like the town's police station, it's the college campus police station. It's a little different, you know? So I called them, and I had asked them some made-up scenario about bringing them cookies, and what kind of flavors do they like, and who knows. I think I forgot about it in the moment, but I knew that I would be going back to my college town because I've been planning to go back for a hot minute. The amount of comments and likes on the comments I saw, that was like, well, now you have to bring them cookies. You tell them you would bring them cookies and then you'd never show up. What the heck? So while I was in town, I had some time to kill before I met up with some other alumni friends. And I went to the store and tried to get them cookies. I got them like the Chips Ahoy, I think like the chunky chocolate Chips Ahoy, and then I got them like, I think they were like peanut butter cups, I remember us talking about peanut butter and chocolate, and I went to like a Pick and Save, which is a smaller grocery chain. You know, they don't have the selection of a Walmart or whatever, or a Target. So that's kind of all they were working with. And I don't want to get them off-brand stuff, because I was like, well, slap in the face. I don't bring baked home goods, and I don't get enough, you know, I don't know how many people are on the campus police. I wasn't going to feed them all. I don't know. Then I drive to campus. It's weird being back at your college when you're not a student and you don't know where anything is anymore, okay? Because I go and I try and park at the police station on like this 15-minute parking. I walk into this little building where they used to be. Everything's shut down. Lights are off. Things are closed. It's damn near kind of scary in there. I was like, shouldn't the lights be on and people walking around and, you know, the clink of handcuffs and bad guys being put away? They moved to the police station. The campus police station no longer was in the building they were in. Okay? And also then they also share the building with like the parking people where you can buy parking permits or whatever. They were also not, they don't even work on Fridays, those people. The place was shut down. I said, this is borderline a creepy building. I feel unsafe. This is the type of building I would have to call the campus police to help get a safety walk home from. This is a scary building. There's a little piece of paper taped up in the window and it's like, the campus police moved to blankety blankety building. In the basement of in the basement. Blankety I'm like, okay, let me walk around the campus. I kind of wanted to do that. And also like, I'll just find that building on the way. And I was like, it sounds familiar, but I have no idea. It's called the Radford building. I was like, I have no idea where that is. Is it like, there's some buildings on campus and there's like 2 like historical houses that are offices on campus. But I start walking, I can't find it. I'm doing loops and I'm looking over here and I'm just walking up to buildings and then looking at the sign and then walking away. And people are like, okay, this girl's lost. She don't know what's going on. She's learning how to read, apparently. I kept running into the same tour group. A tour group! Future possible students visiting the campus. And they all walk in like one big line. It's so funny. They're all carrying like some like merch they gave them. The way they all walk in a single file line is so funny to me because I did the same thing back in the day. I just keep running into this tour group and I literally damn near joined the tour group because I was like, I literally already went to school here, but I don't remember where anything is. And if the tour guide person will probably start shouting out like, this is the blah, blah, blah building, you know, and then I don't have to do the work. As I'm walking after I almost joined the group, I spot one of my old professors. We literally did this funny thing where we both like were looking at each other across the street and I was like, ugh, eye contact with a stranger, interesting. I take 2 steps and I look again. Something in my brain goes, look again. And I go, they look kind of interesting. They're looking at me again. I'm like, okay, great. That's okay. I did go to school here for 4 years. Maybe I know them. I take 2 more steps and I completely turn around and they did the same thing. We're both looking, 2 steps, looking, 2 steps. We're doing a little shuffle dance. Do I know you shuffle dance. All of a sudden, her arm just shoots up and she goes, well, I don't know what to do because I'm like, I knew it was you by your voice. Her name's Beth. She's an old professor at my college. I love her. She's great. But I was like, we were just far enough away that I was like, I can't tell that's her. I can't tell. She looks like maybe she's like dressed up in more of like an official thing because there's alumni all on campus. So then, like, we both try and run across the street, jaywalking. Picture this. An alumni and a professor try and jaywalk on the campus. That kind of sounds like that one joke that it's like a rabbi and a priest walk into a bar. Riddle me that. So we just say hi. I ask her where this building is. She goes, I don't know. She works there every day. She doesn't know where the building is. Her and I start walking around together, catching up. We can't find this stupid building. I have Google Maps pulled up on my phone. So we finally just ask a student. She goes, you know where the Radford building is? And the girl's like, it's right there. Literally behind us. Like, there's one tree in the way. I was like, oh my God, it's the Student Health Center. The Student Health Center. I think I went there once in the 4.5 years. And then I also was in the basement one time because they have a computer lab down there. And I went there for concussion testing for rugby. You had to get everyone had to get baseline tested. So then they could be able to tell if you have a concussion later on the season. Something like that. Or you have to, something. Because I remember, and they're like, remember these shapes. Green triangle, blue square, yellow circle. And then it was like, what was the order of the shapes? And I'm like, blue, hectoctagon, so yellow something. Boy, I don't know. Who cares? You can tell the remnants of the hangovers like still flowing through my body because I have a very much like who cares attitude. Okay, who cares? I don't feel concussed. You know, there's only a little bit of external bleeding going on back there. Anyways, I find the police thing. I ring the door. There's nobody like working at the front desk. And you have to be buzzed in. I was like, where are all the police? I'm not about to do a snaps and investigates and really kick up the place, but I was like, where are all the policemen? You know, because I haven't seen any. So then 2 girls come out. I have to buzz this doorbell. She's like, what do you need? And I was like, I have some cookies to drop off. That's all I said. I said, let me make it short and sweet. And let me see what type of follow-up question they have. So I just go, I have some cookies to drop off. And there's like a pause. She goes, okay, we'll be right out. 2 girls come walking out. They look like students. Like maybe they want to be police officers or they just work here. They answer phones. I was like, I guarantee I definitely talked to one of you on the phone. But I literally just rattled off my speech really quick. I said nothing about a video, content creation, nada. I literally just go, yeah, I called a couple of weeks ago about bringing off cookies or something, and you guys said that they should probably be sealed, so I'm just doing that now during homecoming week because you guys are probably busy. I gave them to them as I'm talking, so it's hard to reject and not accept something when like I'm talking through it. And they just said thanks. I was like, all right, have a good one. And I also like tried to like immediately reframe the conversation, but they couldn't ask follow-up questions where I was like, hey, when did you guys move to the basement? They're like, a couple of years. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, I haven't been on campus in a long time, so that makes a lot of sense. I was like, I didn't know you guys were down here. See you later, bye. Had to take an elevator up from the basement depths of hell of the student center. to then leave. But I posted about it because I was like, I think it's just a funny thing that I just happened to be out here, so I might as well follow through with the cookie thing. So that's fun. Also, the not best smartest thing I could have done was I knew I was going on this trip to go back to my college town, and then I also booked myself a dentist appointment for today, Monday, at 8:30 in the morning. 8:30. You think when I went away to my college town and I'm drinking and pushing people in bushes and having a good time and staying up late and snoring with my mouth open and, drinking coffee that's dyeing my gums, you think I was brushing my teeth and flossing to the best of my ability? You think I was tongue scraping after I got home from the bars? No, I was not. And I didn't know my hangovers now last 2 days. So I went to my dentist at 8:30 this morning. All good. All good in the neighborhood. No cavities. Lots of conversation. It was fine. I asked him about my bottom teeth. Listen, if anybody else lives in the camp of, it's pretty, it's one of the dumbest things you could do. But if anybody also lives in the camp of I had braces and then I didn't wear my retainer, thinking I'm done. Once they take the hard glued metal off my teeth, I don't need that retainer, not for me. These puppies will stay exactly. Never wore my retainer. I think I wore my retainer after I got my braces off for maybe a month. It gave me such a lisp. And people are like, you just have to get used to it. Like, it's fine. I could not, like, it's not, having a lisp is not a problem. But I could not get used to having the retainer in. I had a top and a bottom. And a lot of people get the permanent bottom ones where it's just like they glue it in. I don't know what they do. No, you had to pop mine in and out. It was affecting my voice and my speech patterns so much that I just wasn't talking, and I like to talk. I got the gift of gab. This is me in high school. I remember specifically being in high school health class. I don't know why, but that's burned into my memory because the desks were arranged weird. Everyone wasn't facing the front. It was in a circle. I don't know. It's the worst type of listen, if you're going to talk about health stuff, like P's and V's and talking about, don't make all the students look at each other across the aisle. Let's all face the same way so we can just sit there in our own embarrassment and wonderment and whatever. I'm not learning about that stuff and then staring at my crush from the 6th grade over here. No, thank you. I probably don't like to do that. But I also just wasn't talking because I had this stupid retainer in. So I stopped wearing it. It wasn't for it. I was like, how is everyone else doing this? Does mine not fit? Do I talk weird enough that I'm punching my retainer? Pretty big on the mouth. Movements. How did I get stuck in there? Oh, so but the bottom row of my teeth, the ones right here, the small ones up front, a couple of them have turned a little bit over the years. I don't think people notice, and if they do notice, I don't care. Whatever. But I, knowing that I had a dentist appointment coming up, kept noticing my own teeth more. I was looking at my gums. I was looking at my tongue, trying to be like, oh, let me get ahead. Let me start brushing a little bit better. You know how everyone plays that game. As soon as the dentist appointment comes around the corner, that's when you start brushing your teeth a lot better. You start really going for that 2 minutes. I do brush my teeth. I'm just saying, you try even harder. When they're like, how have you been flossing? I'm like, I want to be able to tell the truth. I'm like, I have been flossing regularly for about a month. Not the full 6 months I saw you, but I've been really trying for the past month. But I have gotten better at flossing. But I asked about the bottom teeth, and I was like, you guys take x-rays every so often. Have you seen over the past however many years I've been going here for my whole life? Can you guys see if my bottom teeth keep moving or they look fine? He's like, they look fine. She's like, I'm looking at x-rays from 2 years ago and the last time. She's like, they don't look like they're moving. I was like, that's great. He goes, do you still have your retainer? Straight up lied. I might have it. I don't know where it is. It's super glued to the bottom of something else. And I was like, no, I don't have the retainer. He's like, we could fit you for another retainer and, straighten them back out a little bit. I was like, you know what? It doesn't affect me. I thought they were moving more than they have already. I thought they were actively turning every day. I was like, that's going to become a problem. But if they're not, then I don't care. Why did I even bring it up? What a dumb, stupid question. I said, I don't care. And he goes, oh, well, if you don't care. I was like, do you care? He's like, well, I could make a couple of $1,000 off you. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't care that much. Went to the dentist. Everything's fine. You know the drill. I almost canceled it because I was like, I feel like shit. I'm hungover. I also came back. This is TMI. This is really for the Goobers. Just because I feel comfortable with you. I also started my period. I had to drive 3 hours home. Felt like shit. Just the whole weekend. I got beat up by the weekend. Sleep schedule's off the charts. Lots of human interaction. My social battery's out. Got my period. So now I'm cramping up. Back hurts. Feels like someone's been throwing my voodoo doll around. And then I had to go to the dentist. I almost don't want to do this. But it was painless. Okay? Go to your dentist. This is not, and again, I'm not complaining about anything. I'm just explaining. Okay, we'll end on this. For some reason on Friday, before I met up with my friend for the night, was the most awkward day of my life. The most awkward human interactions kept happening to me, and I just was accepting them. I'll talk about another one in a video. Sorry, I keep doing this like foreshadowing thing, but I talk about it way better over there because it happens as I'm filming. But another one that happens is we have to check into our hotel room. I check in first. I got to bring like 2 trips up of stuff. That's how much stuff I brought. You'll figure out why later. I've already been like stressed out, anxiety, running around this whole college town for a day trying to get myself situated. I'm like, let me go into my hotel room. I can sit down for a second, relax. I go into the elevator with my second trip of stuff. I'm carrying clothes on a hanger because they get wrinkled easily. So I was like, this is my outfit for that night for the alumni thing. I have something in this hand. Like I'm carrying, I think, my camera and like a drink in this hand. So I go to the elevator, I get it, and I go to press the button for my floor, 6th floor, woo woo, whatever. That means nothing. And I press the thing, and all of a sudden I start hearing like this buzzing or like a phone's ringing in the elevator, and I'm like, because this is so long, it's like obstructing my view of the panel. I move and I look that I accidentally hit like the help call button, which is at the bottom of the elevator. I'm looking at all the things. I was like, I don't even see like a phone button. How is this thing by your foot, basically? By your shin. By lower than a kneecap on this elevator is the help call button for like emergency services, or it's like an elevator hotline, tip line. I have no idea. I accidentally hit it with my foot or my clothes. So it's ringing and it sounds like it's trying to connect, but like no one's talking and I don't know how to cancel it. And as all this is happening, I'm getting to my floor and the doors are opening. And as I'm standing there, normal elevator etiquette is that whoever's on the elevator and if they're getting off on that floor, you get off before you get on. Okay? So the door opens and it's 2 women standing there. Older women, I don't know how old. So I'm standing there and I'm like, if the elevator doors open and someone was standing there like looking very confused, like, wouldn't you be like, do you need something? You good? Just give them a second to figure it out. I immediately start talking to these women because I was like, I have as much time as the doors open and then as they close to get off the elevator and tell them what's happening with this call button thing. Because again, no one's answering. It's still ringing. So what am I going to do? Stay in the elevator and write it back down and be like, no, sorry, I hit it by accident with my thing. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's not an emergency. My bad, I guess. It's ringing? Doors open, 2 women standing there. So I started explaining really quickly. I was like, you know what? I was like, I think I actually hit this button down here. It's like the help call button. And then this lady, as I'm talking to these 2 women, the one woman just goes, so like, are you going to get off? Like, is this your floor? Because I immediately I was like, oh, I'm getting off at 6. But I hit this button with my stuff and I was like, it's ringing, but it's not connecting. And she's like, so are you going to get off? I should have stayed on the elevator and just guffawed at her for the whole ride down. I was like, did you really just cut me off? I'm trying to tell you that I'm about to get off, but the emergency call button is now ringing. So when you 2 dum-dums get on, you now have to answer the person on the call and just say like, hey, it was the person before us. They said it was an accident, but they had to get off because it was their floor. No accident. No need to follow up. Our apologies. Sorry. Have a great day. Like, are you going to get off? Was like ignoring what I was telling them as the phone's ringing. I literally just like looked at her and I was like, oh, okay. But if they answer anything, just like tell them it was an accident. And they just like kind of like, look at me, like ignore me. Don't like play along. Don't be like, okay, oh yeah, we'll figure it out. Nothing. I almost got back in my car and drove all the way home. What? I'm literally trying to talk to you and be like, I'm trying to explain a situation now that it's your situation. I'm getting off. I am getting cut loose from the situation. I don't have to know how it ends. But you are now having to deal with the elevator. Honestly, the way those 2 acted, the person on the elevator thing probably was like, hello, like, is there an emergency? You hit the elevator button, you think, and the lady would probably be like, is the elevator music gonna start playing? They'd probably cut her off and she'd be like, I'm sorry, are you cutting me off am I disturbing your elevator ride with my help services? Dum-dums! And that was like my 3rd awkward human interaction of the day. So I was about done. No wonder I'm hungover. No, I'm just kidding. I'll just leave. You deal with it. Your problem now. You seem like a hoot and a holler to have to deal with, lady. You figure it out. I still have to go unpack. I have to edit this video. I have to unpack. I got to organize myself and my life. I hope everyone has a great week. Fantastic week. We got this. Okay, Goobers? We're clocking it. And if anybody has also had like an awkward human interaction in the past 2 days, maybe there's something in the air. Was there a full moon? Was there something in the air? Did a perfume truck on the highway fall over and all the perfume leaked out of it and completely contaminated our airflow? And it's a new perfume that they're trying. It's called Delusional Land of Awkward Interactions. Has that just infected everyone in my immediate area? I should have sniffed that woman after I passed her on the elevator. I was like, oh my gosh, what kind of perfume are you wearing? Because you smell like bullshit and some delusional perfume. Eureka of it. You don't need to be going down to the lobby. You need to go back to your room and take a shower. Call it a day.